From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. No injuries were reported after a cement truck rolled over Wednesday in downtown Rapid City. The accident happened at one of the busiest intersections in Rapid, West Boulevard and Omaha Street. The truck was on its side, blocking all westbound traffic on Omaha Street. It forced the closure of the road for several hours as law enforcement brought in some heavy machinery to get the truck back up on its wheels so it could be hauled away. Traffic was rerouted around the accident scene. Authorities reported the driver of the truck was not hurt in the incident, and only a small amount of concrete spilled from the truck. Court proceedings are continuing for a man accused of murder in Rapid City. Amy Rose has the story.
Deadlines have been set for evidence and testimony to be presented ahead of the trial of a man accused of murdering a Rapid City woman. It's all part of the ongoing court proceedings for 47-year-old James Jumping Eagle, who is facing charges in the death of Rita McGovern, who was found dead in her home in February of 2021. Judge Robert Gazinski set the due date for demonstrative evidence from the state and the defense, or 7 days before the trial starts. The judge also ruled 24 hours prior to the trial is sufficient for the defense to produce their witness list.
A legislative panel is greenlighting rules for a program to educate and license more real estate appraisers. The legislative panel had rejected changes to the program twice before over industry concerns of diluting the experience training program. The Department of Labor and professional appraiser groups have been at odds over proposed changes like experience hours and work sample requirements. Now, Labor Secretary Marcia Holtman says the program participants will go through the same steps as those who take the traditional path. In national and international news, here's the latest on the war in Ukraine. Ukraine's nuclear state operator says Russia has shelled and damaged power lines connecting Europe's largest nuclear power plant to the Ukrainian grid. That leaves the plant reliant on diesel generators again. The nuclear state operator said Thursday that the generators have enough fuel to maintain the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in southeastern Ukraine for just 15 days. The plant relies on outside electricity to cool its spent fuel. Russia and Ukraine have traded blame for months for the shelling near the plant. President Biden is trying to stay positive as the midterm elections draw near. Amy Rose has the story.
Facing a midterm election that will define and quite possibly constrict the next 2 years of his term, President Joe Biden is treading a difficult line. At times, he is the optimist with the bright promise of better days ahead, only to then paint what he sees as a darker portrait of a Congress potentially controlled by hard-right Republicans. Biden is leaning on the positive at a time when many voters are feeling the pain of record inflation and higher prices and harbor deep concerns about the fragility of democracy itself. Just 25% of Americans said the country is headed in the right direction in an October survey.
No one won Wednesday night's huge $1.2 billion Powerball jackpot. That means the prize has grown to $1.5 billion ahead of the next drawing on Saturday night. That is the third largest lottery prize in U.S. history. The numbers drawn on Wednesday night were 2, 11, 22, 35, 60, and a Powerball 23. No one has won the top prize since August 3rd, making 39 consecutive drawings without anyone matching all 6 numbers. The odds of winning the jackpot? 1 in 292.2 million. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Cloudy, cold, and windy with some flurries possible and a high of 39. Low tonight, 21. And that was your Daily Slice for Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.